Okay, so we built this demo to kind of showcase what's possible to do with the Juniper Mist API. And what we have here in the lab is actually, a list of sites that we would want to deploy Wi-Fi at. And we're going to try to automate the entire process, right? So the diagram here kind of explains the process that we're going through when we launch the automation tool. So first of all, we retrieve the list of all of the sites that we want to deploy Wi-Fi at. And for each of these sites, we're going to see if the site category or the site group exists, and if the ARF template exists. If they don't, we create them. And then we're going to create the site on the Mist cloud. And we're going to repeat that for each of the sites. After that, what we do is we create what we call the WLAN template, which is a template that you can use to deploy the same SSIDs across multiple sites. So in this case, we're going to create this template, and then we're going to pull the information about which SSID profiles, or we call them here WLAN profile, that we want to create and deploy at these sites. So in this scenario, you'll see that we're deploying Wi-Fi for all of the NHL arenas in Canada. And for the SSIDs, we're deploying 2 SSIDs, 1 staff SSID and 1 fans SSID for the fans. So we're going to pull that information from the config file and configure that information in the Mist cloud using the API. After that, we are going to apply this set of configurations to the different sites through the site groups. And then eventually what we'll do is we will provision the APs. So we have a couple of APs in our organization inventory. We pull out that information from the inventory CSV file that we can actually get from the Mist dashboard, and then we add the site information and the new names into that CSV file. We feed that file back to the script, and the script deploys, rename the APs, and assign the APs to the proper site. Okay, so this tool can automate the process. So let's take a look at what we're working with. This is the organization that I have in Mist. If you're familiar with Mist, you've seen that before. It's a pretty empty organization right now. You'll see I don't have any sites. I just have the primary site, which is the default site. The only thing I have is in the inventory, I have a couple of APs. So I have a couple of APs that I have inside my inventory that I'll be assigning to the sites later on. So I'll go back to the list of sites here on the site configurations. And what we'll do right now is just launch the script. So I'm launching the script. It's, as you can see, it's, creating all of the different sites that we have in the list of sites, and you may recognize the different arenas. Then it's configuring the template. It's configuring the different WLAN profile, the staff, the fans. Then it's assigning the couple of APs that we have to the proper site. And that's it. It took about 10-15 seconds. That's how fast it was. And if I go back into my Mist dashboard and refresh, here we'll see that we have all of the sites. So you can see it pulled out the address, longitude, latitude. We're using the Google Map API in the background to get all of this information. You can see that all of them has been assigned to a site group that we called NHL. If I go and look at the ARF templates, you'll see that a new ARF template had been created here, the arena_CA. You'll see that here we have a template. If we can click on the template, we can see that we have a couple of SSIDs, WLAN profiles, assigned to this template. And you can see that this template is applied to all of the NHL sites. Okay. So just like this, all of our sites got configured. And if I look at my inventory, I'll refresh here. It usually takes a couple of seconds for the APs to go up. One of them is connected, the other one is not. So as you can see, one is disconnected, but this one looks like it's connected. It's been assigned to the proper site. And if I go to the site, if I go to access point and I go to the Bell Center site, we should find the AP here. And now that everything has been configured, we should have our SSID being broadcasted, both of them, the fans and the staff. So if I look at a tool like Wi-Fi Explorer, you can see that I'm already seeing the staff SSID on 2.4. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the 5 gigahertz because of the DFS checks. As you can see, it just appeared. We're using DFS channels, so it's there. So you can see that just like this, in under a minute, we're able to kind of configure everything, provisions a couple of APs, and I could take my phone and connect to that SSID right away. So that's just an example of what you could do with the Mist API. Hopefully we can come back with more examples to show you other examples, use cases in the future. Thank you.